Welcome to the Blackskins podcast. It's Juneteenth, Wisdom Wednesday. On such a day, on a day in which I would love to be able to say happy birthday to my father. Yes, that's how it goes. Today is a blessed day. Juneteenth, the day that so many celebrate the freedom when we knew we had freedom. Not when freedom actually was given, but when freedom was known and accepted and realized. When we realize where we at. Not just where we at, but the moment when we are made aware of the love that was given. You might be so driven by the hate. You might have been persecuted so long that your freedom could come and you prolong the celebration because all the frustrations overwhelm you so much that you get out of touch with the light. And that's the light of knowing today, the wisdom that we can start showing a new understanding of how to get through things quicker. And the way to get things sorted out is the same way that they mine. They gotta go through dirt. I mean, they get dirty mining. They are filtering all of the stones. They are filtering all of the soil just to find one small speck of gold or one gem. Those are the patterns that we must go through. We gotta wash it out. We gotta shake all the dirt out. We gotta make sure that we got a fine tooth siffer so we can make sure that that little bit of good that we receive is preserved. And when it's such a multitude of negativity, a lot of times we want to pack it all together in one box. That one little piece of good and that 99 pieces of negative. You throw it all in that same box. And then all of the gold that you had mined end up finding itself in a box full of negativity. What we have to have the ability to see and have the ability to do is just like the miner. We are going to have to be able to sift through all the negativity, all the lies, all the wickedness, all the ill intentions, all of the power that's been given from ill-gotten gains, all of the restraints, all of the red tape. You have to get through all of that and find the one piece of good that exists. And don't allow all the negatives to make you forget about that one piece of good. We have to hold on to good because good is what allows us to finally breathe and we can reflect and connect with the good. I have my own experience with this because I was told y'all when the hat go and things is going to start to go And the hat is gone. The hat was on today when we had a meeting with the utility representatives and told us about the program that now exists and how we could make good from participating. And for some reason, I have been stating that I was not going to allow any other participation outside of the immediate family. And the more I said that, the more I recognized that that potentially was lies I was telling myself. Not lies I was telling myself because I didn't think that that was the way we should go. But it was not the truth that everyone was someone who didn't do what they were supposed to. I can't let the several that did not do right take away from the light of the couple who did do correctly and tried their best to protect me. So those who were a blessing, even during a hardship lesson, you better remember. You better be able to reflect on and be able to connect on the next mission. Everybody don't have to be given a rank or a position, but those who have earned your respect, you have to make sure that you reconnect, because the truth is, the wisdom of it all is respect meets respect. So the same people who you have respect for, chances are, if you communicate with them enough, you'll find out they too have respect for you. And the only way you're going to get through to where the Creator wants you to be, the respect that you have inspired will be like a cycling wheel that come back to heal you. The same ones that you were able to show will be able to show you, because they will respect you enough to say, I have benefited from our alliance, and now I need you to benefit from my mental science so we can both be of benefit to the building of the kingdom. And that's what the Creator means for us. That's what He hopes for us so directly, that we protect the little bit of good that we find. We in a world of negativity. So 99% of what you get is going to be something that you could just excrete out. But that 1% of good that you get shouldn't just be thrown away like the rest of the dirt. The 1% of good is why you stood in the place, why you took all the dirt and disgrace in the first place. You had to go through something to get that one piece of gold. And that one piece of gold you should hold. And that next thing you go through, you're going to have to do the same thing, go through an enormous amount of dirt. But when you get that one piece of gold, when you keep holding on to your pieces and see your increases mentally and also economically, the Creator is not just taking you through something so you can get dirty. He's taking you through something so you can find it worthy, that all you had to go through to get that one piece of increase, now how much more you value it for what you had to go through to get it. Nothing comes easy. So you may have to go through storms 100 times just to end up with 100 pieces. But if all you ever see is the storm and all the dirt you had to go through, and you never take into consideration what was the positive, if you do that correctly, that is the definition of all things working for your good. Because you could have been through the worst of circumstances, but when you have the chance later on in life to mentally think about that circumstance and think about your current circumstance and how those can merge, or how you can learn to surge past where you currently are, based off the fact that you know where you've been and you know how far you've already gone. And then it allows you to be able to move on and transform quicker because you have the confidence of knowing I've been through this and I've been able to handle that. So why shouldn't I be able to handle this? Being able to reminisce with people who have had shared experiences with you, who fought on the same battlefield as you, who've had to sweat, shed blood, and tears with you. Those are the people that get you. Those are the people that don't forget you, because you might not have any idea how the things that you've shared, the love you've shown, allowed them and their tribe to have grown. I have no greater feeling in life than when somebody tell me something I did helped them in a positive manner and allowed them and their family to flourish, or at least progress. That's what makes me feel blessed, that I can be someone that can help others reach their goals. That heals the soul. That is what heals our spirit. And we know that the Creator told us something and we hear it. And not only hear it, but are obedient to what we've heard. That's the word. That is what I have had to observe in my own self. That was me having a repentive moment where I had to change my mind. I had to say to myself, hold on. I might be crossing a line by only looking at the 99% of negative that went on in that circumstance. What about the 1% positive? What is the takeaway? And that's what make you say, I got something good. And when you, like I said, mining, think about how much time they put in the grinding, just going through the dirt, sifting, just to get one speck of gold. And how much, if you don't actually hold it accountable and really go through it, how much of it will you probably just throw back because you ain't even know that you had some value in that dirt? How much of it would you have lost in your life? How many small pieces of gold you got holed up, stored up in your boxes filled with negativity? We have to, in order to grow up and glow up, we got to know how it go. And that's how it go right there. I done shared the wisdom with you. Now, Don't think the Creator ever gonna forget you. He gonna forgive you. And the only way you gonna be able to get through is you gotta be able to forgive others. Because when you locked in to non-forgiveness, your mind ain't clear. Your mind take you to where there's nothing but darkness. There's no light when you're not even thinking right. So we have to say to ourselves, not to others. We have to say to ourselves and question what we've been through. What did we learn? What do you remember that at least make you have a good feeling about what you went through? Who was there for you when you needed them the most? Everybody ain't forget you. That's why you still here. You needed someone to share empathy, someone to know which word you needed to hear so you could clear the hurdle that you had to go and jump. If you want to know what I done experienced as far as allowing the Creator to speak to me, and I listen, because I have to identify with what I said first. And when I know what I said and you repeat it, you keep putting it in your mind a specific way. And then one day, the Creator say, well, what if you ain't totally right about that? And you done been compiling these thoughts layer upon layer in your mind. And then you find a light. The light is you sifting through what you know until you see something that glows, something that shines in your mind. That one piece out of the 100. You got 99 dull, dirties. Then you got the one shiny, solid rock. You cannot block the blessing that the Creator has already given you. But you're going to have to sift through all of your pain in order to gain what the Creator wanted to remain in your life. You don't have to allow all the dirt to remain. You can wash it off. And that's why you must wash, because you are trying to get the dirt away. The dirt is what keeps the disease. The dirt is what keeps the germs. The dirt is what keeps the false terms that's got you lacking. But that one piece of gold is what can be backing your whole banking system. You can utilize your gold as a reserve so you can preserve and conserve, so you can get what you actually deserve by making sure you got your pouch. And all the situations that made you say ouch because they hurt, each one of them gonna give you a coin. You make sure that you put that coin in your bag, knowing what you had, knowing that ain't nobody give it to you. You had to go through it to earn it. You had to turn it into something. The Creator want to turn your life into something positive. He wants to turn your life into an example that others can see. That others can see that you changed. Not just change, but change for the better. Change with greater awareness. Change with greater fairness. Change where you have inspiration and enlightenment and you want to share this vision with those who have no division with you, but they want to be fruitful and multiply and help deliver for the supply and demand. So y'all can be in command of revenue streams. It ain't dreams that we have to go out and accomplish. It's the unity of plans. It don't get done with a single pair of hands, but it take many mans, and many man's hands actually participating for things to start moving in a positive direction. The true protection comes from the sum of all. So every last time that you had a fall, you might have had 99 problems, but there was one thing that was a solution. And you got to be true to your solutions. You can't just allow those 99 problems to take away from the strength of the one solution. All solutions are what you are going through, what you going through for. We all have the same. We might not have the same amount of conflict or hardship at the same time. Everybody go through it differently based off of what you praying and what you been praying on and what seed you sown. We cannot always own the same responsibility and accountability because we don't have the same decision making. We ain't made the same mistakes. We ain't made the same accomplishments neither. So neither of us gonna be able to have the same degree of trust because I might not have been hurt as much as you. I might not have been through what you've been through. Some of the love that I've been shown, you may have never known. So for me to think that we gonna think alike is not like what the Creator wants. We are all individual. But individually, we can see things clearer when we know that it is the factor of the balance of how much time and energy we have to put through life in order to get one piece of benefit, one piece of positivity. You have to go through 99 problems just to receive one piece of gold. You cannot allow all of those 99 pieces to fool you and rule you into thinking that everything is negative, because it's not. If one piece of positivity came through from what you went through, that show you that you can't say that everything is negative. You have to be able to take that positive piece and not just take it. You have to be able to learn to value it. Learn to know that that's why you went through what you went through. Learn to know that that's what the Creator presents you at the end. That's the chastising's reason. So if all you saw was the chastising and the hardship season, and you ain't never received that one piece of gold, I hold you accountable to reflect. Reconnect with what you knew. Remember what you've been through. Don't try to forget it all. Don't try to just forget it and call on only the things that you feel pleasure in, that you measuring incorrectly. I want to respect the little bit of good. I want to look at it and receive it. And I want to shine it up. Get all the dirt off of it. show it some love, because that's all we get. And I hope you don't forget this message of wisdom, that you have gold stored up, but it's probably in boxes of negativity. And you gotta wash all that dirt away just to get that one piece that you were supposed to keep. In all the old movies, you always see they got a little sack of gold, All their life, they going around, and all they got is a little sack of gold. One coin here, one coin there, And what they had to go through just to get that one coin, one sack of gold. That's the same sack of gold that's available to you. That's the same sack of gold that you probably could have and would have if you went through all your negativity and washed it away and you just kept the good. The good might only add up to be a small sack, but that's enough. That's enough to have what the Creator wanted you to get. Well, you don't forget, you got the wisdom that sit in your mind. And then whenever you go through something, you can find a way to increase, because you're already at peace with what you went through. You know how to live because you've already forgive. And when you forgive, the Creator can forgive you and open you up to all that was missing. And what was missing in most cases was right there. It was just the fact that you was blinded by what you've been reminded by. And if all you saw was the 99 problems, then that one piece of gold that would have healed your soul ain't even in your control. You ain't got it in your little bag. It's still caught in that box of negativity. You can get it out. You got to do a little sifting now. You got to go through all these different problems and shake them on out. Shake them, shake them, shake them. And at the end, you find out like, oh, there's good here. It's only a little bit. But don't forget, it's there. You just got to go get it. And that was the wisdom that came to me this week. I had to speak and speak and speak. And that don't mean I was speaking exactly correct, because the Creator wanted me to connect with the fact that, hold on, you ain't looking at it totally right. Because I need you to not only see the disappointments, I need you to dig deeper and find where in your mind did you at least get some satisfaction? Where was the peace? What allowed you to get through it? Because if all you had was negative, there's no way you would have been able to get to it and sustain. So let's get all those bad pieces out your brain and work with the good. And it might be a whole lot of bad. It might be so much bad that you got to go through that you forget. And if you only get out of 99, the scales, 99 bad, one good, you might forget that one piece of good because you're too focused on the 99. So if you don't find that one piece of gold, you're going to lose. Don't be confused, or don't think I'm trying to amuse you with words. I hope you get this message that there are positive pieces for you to collect, but you have to protect your mind. You have to protect what you find. You have to make sure that the dirt work itself on out. And you recognize good when you see it. You appreciate good when you see it. And you thank the Heavenly Father for it. Hallelujah.